Hey y'all, welcome back to Summertime Tarot. If you're new to the channel, my name is Summer and this here is a July reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Okay, Scorpio. So, what I saw was, it was like some strange intergalactic fighting going on. Okay, but let me try and explain what I saw. So, it gives me the vibe here of, okay, yeah, so it's like you're trying to level up here, but in the process of leveling up, you're being kind of asked or pushed or called, whatever phrase you want to use, to look at and or relive certain past experiences so that you can understand, so that you can better understand it, so that you can level up, so that you can move forward. Okay, does that make sense? And it's kind of, I feel like for some of you, it could be very well connected to romantic relationships, right? It gives me the vibe that there may, okay, so some of you may be in a romantic relationship right now. That you're like kind of trying to move forward with, but like you may be being triggered. Yeah. Excuse me. You may be being triggered by this relationship, or even maybe kind of seeing certain similarities between this relationship and a past one that was kind of chaotic in some way. And so it's like the universe is kind of like trying to show you what's stopping you from moving forward. But some of you may be kind of getting caught in the crossfire, to use the, don't mind me. Okay, yeah. Let me see if there was something else I'm missing from what I saw. Yeah, it's almost like you may be stuck in a loop. Some of you may be stuck in a loop or a cycle. And it's like you're trying to get out of that. Some of you, you may be kind of, okay, listen, judgment-free zone, right? But don't be in the comments like, oh, you judging. Listen, okay? I'm just trying to tell you what I see. Okay, so listen. No judgment. But some of you could actually be using relationships. Like you may jump from relationship to relationship. No judgment. Okay, if so, I feel like it's time that you look at that. Because I feel like you may be carrying certain things from past relationships to these present relationships. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like there's a need for healing. Basically. Okay? That's what I get. But let's go ahead and look at the cards. But for others of you, it could just be a battle between like the masculine aspect of yourself and the feminine aspect of yourself, where the masculine aspect of you really wants to kind of be in control and to take charge and to do things the way that you want to do things. But in doing so, you may not give yourself the time and the space that you need to process your emotions, which then makes it so that you may find yourself in certain cycles, right? Repeating certain cycles, going through certain things again, because you haven't completely given yourself the time that you need to process and completely understand the lessons of past situations before moving forward. Okay? Yeah, that's what I get. But let's go ahead. But to kind of like get out of all of that kind of like spiritual talk, it may just be that you just need more time for rest and rejuvenation and healing rather than moving so quickly. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. But let's go ahead and get into the cards here. All right, let's see. Ooh, oh, okay. Ooh, all right. They shooting out here for y'all. All right. What's going on here, Scorpio? All right, bottom of the deck here, we have 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. Let me get the card off the flow. Oopsies. Okay. Whew. Yeah. Yeah, with this world, this is especially how it fell. It's like, basically kind of what I said. So it's like you may be feeling like the universe or the divine, whomever you believe in, pray to, may be like holding you back or keeping you stuck in some way. But it's like, or it just, you just could feel like you're stuck. And I feel like it's because, like I was saying, there's some things that you need to heal from here. There's some things that need to be healed, that need to be looked at so that you can move forward, right? And like I was saying, a lot of you may just need time here to process, to heal, and you may not be giving yourself that time, that space, right? I feel like with this woman holding a coin, there's all of these things that you want to do, that you want to like go after in life or be or do, you know what I mean? And so you may be looking at things like, okay, well, I need to do this and I need to do that, but you may not be giving yourself the space and the time that you need to want to heal, but also to get to or become everything that you want to become. You may be pushing yourself a lot harder than you need to here. All right, because I feel like with this door to romance, what comes to my mind is the things that you want you too. But if you're like really focused on like getting there quickly and doing things and doing that, it's going to be hard for you. Because it's like you're making it hard for yourself. You're making it harder for yourself. Because you need to slow down here. Because there may be some things that you're not seeing clearly. Right? It's almost like you're being held in this one spot, or you're being kind of, excuse me, I just got hiccups. You're being made to kind of sit still. For your own good. Not as punishment or anything. Or not because you did anything wrong, but because there's something that you need to see where you are. Yeah, and I feel like it's connected to your own like sense of identity, but also like your sense of self. Right? You may be placing a lot of value on the things that you want. You may be even identifying yourself with those things. And by that, I mean, it's like you may be like, okay, if I don't get this, or if I don't become this, or if I don't have this, then I'm not good enough, or then I'm not worthy, right? And you could do this directly or indirectly, right? Or subconsciously, right? But let's clarify here. Let's clarify this woman holding a coin and the door to romance together. So bottom of the deck here, we have the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, so some of you could very much be focused on like how people view you or how people perceive you. So much so that you forget about like what's really important to you. Or you don't give that as much energy as you should. Yeah, it's like it's time for things to come to you, right? Like, yeah, this is going back to like that masculine and feminine, right? Imbalance. I feel like there may be an imbalance here where you may have been very much relying on that masculine aspect of yourself that wants to go, that wants to do, that wants to create, and but you're not giving yourself time to allow things to come to you, right? With this Empress energy, it's like it's time for you to get back to that feminine aspect within yourself that believes and knows that everything that you want will be supplied to you without you having to move a muscle, basically. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that, oh, you know, to be lazy and to not do anything. You know, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it's time for you to stop forcing things. It's time for you to stop trying to control things. It's time for you to kind of get in the passenger seat, right? Let Jesus take the wheel, so to speak. You know what I mean? Or the universe, the divine, God, whomever you believe in, pray to, right? It's time for you to allow people to help you. It's time for you to allow yourself to, you know, be a little bit more free, be a little bit more, you know, go with the flow type things. You feel me? Yeah, because I feel like with this thinking woman here, you've been relying a lot, not only on that masculine aspect of yourself, but that logical aspect of yourself. You may have gotten kind of stuck in a rut or stuck in like a certain cycle because you're not like allowing yourself to flow. You're not following your heart. You're focusing so much on your mental or your logical idea about what your life is supposed to look like, or where it is you're supposed to go, what it is you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to behave, who you're supposed to become, that you're not allowing yourself to be present in your life, to do the things that you enjoy and that you want, right? It's time for a balance here between, you know, doing all the things that, you know, you're obligated to do, and doing the things that you actually want to do, the things that, you know, feed you in a way that's not just, you know, monetary or, I don't know, sexually or sensual, I don't know. You know, it's time for you to really start focusing on doing the things that you just enjoy, not without, you know, rather than focusing on the things that are going to lead to a certain outcome, or that you do because, I don't know, maybe people expect you to do it, or because you think it'll get you a certain outcome. You know what I mean? It's time for you to start shaking some things up here. That's what I feel like. To start doing things that you actually enjoy doing. Right? And I feel like this is on like a spiritual level, not just like, not saying that you need to like, I don't know, join a church or nothing, but hey, if that's what you want to do, go do it. But it's like you may have been focusing a lot of your time, a lot of your energy on like checking boxes. Yeah, that's what's coming to my mind. Checking boxes. Okay, yeah, by, I don't know, 30 I need to have, you know, a house, or by 29 I need to, you know, be the top seller in my division. I don't know, something like that, right? So much so that you forgot, like you were doing that so much that you forgot that, you know, you're a human that needs to enjoy life, that needs to have not only material things or material fulfillment or abundance, but like you also need that kind of emotional abundance, that spiritual abundance, that kind of, emotional fulfillment where you're happy, you enjoy your life, you like waking up, you know what I mean? And not like, oh, I wake up and it's like, oh my gosh, another day, I gotta go to work and I gotta do this and I gotta do that. It's like there's a need for balance here, basically. That's what I'm saying. Hopefully I'm making sense and I'm not just like rambling on and on. But yeah. Look, we got a 10 of Cups showing up. Yeah. This is basically what I just said. It's time for you to really start focusing on living life abundantly, happily, to really enjoy it, right? Because I feel like you've been just, maybe living day to day, just, doing what you need to do. You may have a little fun here and there. Or it could be the flip side, right, for some of you, where you may have been just focusing on, right, with this 3 of Cups, everything that, you wanted, and you weren't focusing on what you really need, right? What's coming to my mind is Princess and the Frog. When Mama Odie's like, okay, you found out what it is that you want, but did you figure out what it is that you need? It's like, it's time for you to really figure out what you need. Basically, I feel like that's the main gist here. It's time for you to figure out what you need, and not just like in a physical sense, right? Not just tangible things, but what do you need on a deep spiritual level in order to feel fulfilled, in order to feel excited about life, But let's go ahead and pull a card here from the Dark Mirror deck to see what shadow aspect of yourself is going to be showing up in the month of July, and what you can do to best work with it. Okay. Okay, that one. So, bottom of the deck here we have Atonement. And so the card that you pulled here, we got Perchance to Dream. Yeah, like you may be afraid to dream here, to like let go, to let loose. Yeah, but I feel like there may be 2 extremes, right? I feel like there's always 2 extremes, right? So for some of you, it could be you don't allow yourself to dream. And for others of you, you could be like this little guy right here, where it's like, I need to do what I want, when I want, no matter what. You know what I mean? It's like that's why balance is here. There's a need for a balance. Whichever way that you stick to, right, on those 2 extremes, you need to find your balance between those 2 extremes, basically. Yeah. So let's read from the book here. It says, for Perchance to Dream, it's time to surrender, to drown, to dive in headfirst in the cozy, all-enveloping darkness of the blanket. It is a moment of weakness, a desire to close your eyes and surrender, just for 1 moment, 1 second, 1 minute. Not like a hero fighting the world, but like a kid, just welcoming the darkness outside, within, fully. How long will that moment last? A minute. We can say, just a minute, but it's not true. Disappearing is but an instant, just the time to take a breath twice, and yet it can take ages. Ages we will regret. Ages we will regret. Ages that we will have lost, like stolen by our own surrendering. And yet we close our eyes. We let one sense after the other slow down to nothing. Sight first, then hearing and smell. Last will be the touch. The comforting hand we all deserve to hold us up when we have done enough and we just cannot but let it go. Okay. Yeah. So it's like, yeah. I feel like for this is kind of showing up, like going back to what I was saying, like you may not give yourself enough time to just relax, to chill, right? Because you may be afraid of what will happen if you fall back, if you aren't in control, right? And it's time to just, like it says, to surrender. I feel, to the unknown, right? Because I feel like with this world showing up as it is, like you're trying to move out of a cycle, right? Like I was saying at the beginning, you're trying to level up, but you may be like plateauing, right? Especially with the world showing up like that. You may be plateauing. You may be stuck on one level. And it's because you're focusing on one way of doing things, basically. And it's time for you to open up to a new way of doing things, a new way of being, a new way of living, a new way of experiencing the world. Right? One that is more balanced. One where you take the time that you need to rest, to heal. You allow yourself to dream. You allow yourself to, go on adventures, do new things. But also you give yourself the time that you need to kind of process your emotions, to process what it is that you're feeling, what it is that you're experiencing, so that you can take that knowledge with you going forward. Right? Because I feel like with this King of Wands, right, you may be rushing, you may be trying to check off them boxes. And it's just time for you, I feel, to kind of just enjoy life, to do the things that light you up, that excite you. But it's all about balance. Okay, let's go ahead and close this out with a card of advice for Scorpio here. Okay, yeah, that card has been showing up time and time again, and it finally wants to come out. So we have here, spend the day with God. This is your advice. It says, this is a day for you to spend with God, a day of prayer, a day of silence. Imagine that your entire world is a sacred chapel. Every inch of your life is filled with grace in the presence of the divine. Your goal is to visualize yourself in the company of heaven every minute of the day. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like this goes back to kind of feeling disconnected or feeling out of control, right? If you feel like things are out of control or not working or just working against you in some way, right? It's like because this is a time where you need to sit down and, as it says, to be with God, to be with the divine, to reconnect with that divine aspect of yourself. So that you can, gain the wisdom that you need to move forward. Okay? But that's all I have for you, Scorpio. Hopefully this helped you in some way. If it did, be sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, if you're interested in booking a personal reading, be sure to head to the description box below for the link to summertimetarot.com to book that. All right? But I truly appreciate you and hope to see you soon. Peace out.